campaigns for the August 9th general elections get on the final leg, lawyers and election observers in the country fear that the much-awaited election could be the beginning of an avalanche of legal suits against the Electoral Commission.
Of course, lawyers already have their grounds of the petitions. You already have all the grounds. All you are waiting for is the name of the petitioner, because everything is there.
So it is unfortunate for the Iebc that it does not look good. It does not look prepared. And that's because of some things it has done.
According to lawyer Dan Okach, the Iebc, either by omission or by commission, failed to see the red light and has made a streak of decisions that he says are unconstitutional.
So that is a very serious thing, because it creates a very green fodder or platform upon which petitions can be anchored, very serious petitions. So it calls upon Iebc also to look internally in terms of its processes, its staffers, to ensure that there is competency in. But it calls on us to also now push Iebc to be serious with its work, because left, right, center, there are a lot of issues, I can tell you, upon which petitions can be grounded, and also for people to, to say that the elections were not free and fair, or as required by the constitutional provisions or articles. So many grounds, I can tell you, at this stage, which is so dangerous, because with this number of days, they cannot even try to rectify it. Some of these things are...
Some of the contentious issues that could have grounds for the Supreme Court to order for a new vote include the matter surrounding independent candidates on the requirement to submit copies of IDs of their supporters, the non-disclosure of the findings of the KPMG report, issues to do with the over 6,000 polling stations that the Commission is yet to declare, plus the transmission of results in areas with limited internet connectivity, the hiring of election officials, and the credibility of the company contracted to deploy the election technology, Smartmatic BV.
Already it brings out a problem with Iebc, because of course they have misinterpreted the law. They've created regulations which are not in tandem with the Constitution, which are clearly outside the provisions of the Constitution and even the acts that guide elections.
Okach's sentiments have been echoed by political analyst Professor Macharia Munene, who says the Iebc is less prepared as compared to the 2017 general election.
Compared to the last time, they are less prepared. And the way they've been making decisions leaves the Commission wanting. Like this of approving a candidate today and then disapproving tomorrow. The same candidate. Say, what's wrong with you? Either you know what you are doing or you don't know what you are doing. And the impression that the Iebc has given is that it does not know what it is doing, which is a very dangerous impression to create.
Professor Munene says the seeming flip-flopping of the Commission has had over the past few weeks is like kicking its credibility can down the road.
All the polling stations going to have the gadgets that are in working condition, that are reliable. And the possibility is that not all of them will have them. That's a major concern. Electricity, which tend to be unreliable. In the last election or so, there were places where electricity went off. So now is that the Iebc problem or whose problem is it? Is it Kenya Power when the electricity goes off? But either way, the Iebc needs to be ready for that.
Election observers, on their part, say the seeming lack of preparedness by the Iebc could make Kenyans shy away from the ballot, resulting into a possible runoff.
There is a very high possibility for a runoff. If we use the opinion polls to base the assessment, yes, we are going for a runoff. Have you seen anybody in those opinion polls getting over 50%? That is a runoff. So depending on the turnout, number one, depending on the popularity of these other fringe candidates in these elections, depending on the number of undecideds in these elections, then you may go for a runoff.